Good afternoon, fruit friends. Today is December 9th, 2020. I'm going to do a video on an update of my papaya. I posted a photo of one of them the other day on a Facebook group, and I had some input on that, on how I can do what I can do to maybe improve ripening of some fruit. And I've got 3 different strains here, and I'm going to start off with the one in the back here. My friend Ariel, who I've known for maybe 15 years or so, he studied an agronomist in Israel and has a strong opinion about many things, and most of them are backed up with good evidence. So I followed his advice, and he suggested that I remove any leaves that were dead or yellow, and also any leaves that were hanging down below horizontal. He said that's a good rule of thumb. He just that those don't photosynthesize and are parasitic to the development of the fruit. They are using up more energy than they produce. So I've done a lot of thinning of leaves, so now we can see fruit a lot better on these. This is actually 2 plants. I even forgot that the other day, and one branch broke off here when we were pulling leaves out. I had my worker helping. I was getting a big pile here and broke one lower branch, and they're quite big. This is a solo type papaya that originated from seeds that a friend brought from Brazil, and her plant produce fruit that are a bit different than mine. I do have one that's riper than these in the house, ripening it up further. I'll pick these probably next week. I had a riper one here. A rat ate that, unfortunately. I need to put a trap here in my high tunnel. My high tunnel is not heated. It's 30 foot by 96 foot, and the roof is about 12 foot tall. These are going to be hitting the roof next year at the rate they're going. But I've eaten a couple of papaya off of this. The first few didn't have seeds in them, so they weren't pollinated. The last one had quite a few seeds, and I'm not sure. I'm going to guess that these were too. My friend in Israel also suggested that I not let any fruits form after September 1st. In Israel, he said that, and he showed with photos that they had taken cuttings from plants and rooted them over in the winter in sand and started, and they had good annual crops of papaya in greenhouses or high tunnels. I think they're high tunnels, he said. So this is, again, 2 plants here, and I planted them at the time, not sure if either would survive, and both survived and are giving me fruit. Over here to my left is a papaya that I bought at the big box store Lowe's, and it was sourced from Laverne Nursery, and it seems to me be a Mexican type papaya. It has one fruit here of very unusual shape that I can probably try picking pretty soon, and one right above it. You can see where I removed a lot of branches that were drooping down. I maybe should be thinning off some of these young fruits. I'm undecided yet. It's kind of hard to bring myself to that. I thought maybe I should be thinning some of the other fruits, excuse me, some of the other fruits in between to allow more of the food to go to, the remaining ones, and also for the remaining ones to get larger. I'm not doing a video on sapodilla, but over here is a sapodilla that's getting crowded out. And you can see the branches have broken sometimes and hung down to the ground, but they're still growing, and I'm not sure. I should maybe remove those. It gets hard to walk. Just for size there, this one here is maybe 6 or maybe 8 inches in diameter right at the base of the plant. Going over here and crowding, I have a fig tree in my high tunnel of black Madeira. I want to see if I can get that to fruit year round for me. Now over here is a different strain yet that came to me from a person in Los Angeles that had gotten seeds from Thailand. And I forget the name on this. It was one of the best varieties, she said. And I have picked some of these before. They're very long, skinny fruits generally. The ones I picked before didn't have any seeds in them. But I noticed today, after thinning some leaves out here, that some of these are quite fat. So a very big papaya. So I'm going to guess that these here were not pollinated, and this one and this one back on the other side here were pollinated. They're much fatter than any of the other ones. So I have gotten some fruits from these earlier in the year. I actually left them on too long, waiting for them to ripen up, and when I came back there was some spoilage to it, but they were good, but not ideal. Excuse me. So I think that some of that was the timing of the year. I forget what month that was, but one concern I have with these is that they do look pretty bad by the end of winter. By springtime, I wonder whether they're going to survive or not. I quit watering them in the winter because I don't want root rot, and that's one problem here in Northern California, that we have cold winters, and cold wet soil leads to root rot. So in fact, I see one thing, I see a lot more fruits now that I thinned off the branches. So here's another fat one that probably was pollinated, I'm guessing. So I might cut some branches off of here to try rooting them, to root them inside my shop where I've got grow lights and heat mat, and try to start new plants so that in case I lose these this winter, that I'll continue them on, but also just for experimentation purposes. There are some small ones I can cut off of here quite easily and experiment rooting these. Here there's no purpose in leaving this here. Eventually I'll probably chop this off at this height here though, to let it start back up again, and so I would want maybe one of these to be the new upper growth. So this is what I have going here. I do chestnuts and figs commercially, but I grow a lot of hobby plants like this just for my own enjoyment. I don't sell any, and I get comments from many people that, oh, you can pick these green papaya and make green papaya salad out of them. I know that's a popular Thai dish, and I've had that before, and that's okay. It's not all that flavorful to me, and I'd prefer giving them a chance to get ripe. Thanks for watching.